Sofia walked through the crowded streets of Tokyo, trying to shake off the frustration she felt after yet another conference on climate change. Despite all the efforts and scientific data presented, decisions always seemed slow, insufficient. Every promise made by world leaders dissolved into empty words, as if the planet's crisis was just a topic of discussion and not an urgent reality. She felt that despite her skills and dedication as a climate scientist, something was eluding her. Want to find out how Sofia turns this frustration into action? Stay with us until the end for an unexpected twist. While seeking a moment of peace, she stopped at a Zen garden nestled between skyscrapers, an oasis of tranquility in the chaos of the city. The contrast between the silent greenery and the noise of the metropolis was almost disorienting. Sofia sat on a stone bench and began to observe the subtle movements of the leaves and the soft sound of the flowing water. It was then that she noticed an elderly man approaching with a calm step and a serene smile. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on more stories of inspiration and wisdom like this. "Chaos cannot touch this place," said Kenji, the monk who guarded the garden, in a calm, deep voice. Sofia looked at him and nodded, feeling a strange connection with his words. In the days that followed, Sofia returned to the garden and began a conversation with Kenji. She discovered that he had once been an engineer engaged in technological development, but had abandoned everything after seeing the devastating effects of his inventions on the environment. His moral crisis had led him to seek refuge in Zen. Kenji devoted himself to tending the garden, where he found balance and peace. Kenji's words resonated in Sofia's mind like a distant echo. For years, she had believed that science could solve every problem, but now she realized that climate change was not just a question of numbers and politics. It was a crisis of connection between man and the planet. She decided to try meditating with Kenji, trying to find that inner peace he spoke of. At first, it was difficult for her, accustomed as she was to solving problems with quick action. But over time, she learned to let go of the need for control and let silence guide her. Have you ever tried meditation? Leave a comment and share your experience with us. During one of the meditation sessions, Sofia had a sudden insight. She understood that the real fight against climate change had to start not only in conference rooms, but in the hearts of people. She understood that if she really wanted to make a difference, she had to inspire a new vision of the world that went beyond fear and anger, a vision that could embrace compassion, calm, and awareness. He decided to propose a new approach at the next conference, integrating moments of meditation before each discussion to help participants connect with their deepest purpose. Not everyone was enthusiastic about the idea. Some scoffed at it, seeing it as a distraction from concrete solutions. Among the most skeptical was Haruto, a brilliant but pragmatic young scientist, convinced that only advanced technology could stop the climate crisis. One evening, Haruto approached Sofia in the Zen garden and, in an almost disheartened tone, told her that he didn't see how meditation could make a difference in the face of such a vast problem. Sofia listened to him in silence and then calmly replied, "Haruto, I'm not saying that meditation alone will change the climate. I'm saying that if we can change the way we see the world, we can change the way we act." The problem is within us, in our lack of connection and our constant desire for control. If we don't find balance within ourselves, how can we hope to find it outside? The young scientist remained silent, pondering those words. In the days that followed, Haruto began to join the meditation sessions, not without difficulty, but with growing curiosity. Little by little, the practice of Zen began to influence his scientific outlook as well. Haruto began to see his research not only as a way to combat the problem, but as an opportunity to create a deeper connection between humans and nature. During a meditation session, as a light rain fell silently on the garden, Sofia had a new idea: to propose a collaborative project between scientists and Zen monks to explore environmental solutions that would unite technology and spirituality. He wanted to create an initiative that would show how the two seemingly different worlds could work together to tackle one of the greatest challenges of our time. The proposal was met with an unexpectedly positive reception, and even Kenji, with his wisdom, was brought in as a spiritual advisor. Discover how the combination of science and spirituality can transform our approach to climate change. But just when it seemed like the movement was gaining traction, a sudden environmental crisis hit Tokyo. A typhoon of unprecedented intensity devastated parts of the city, leaving destruction and chaos in its wake. Sofia and Haruto found themselves in the middle of an emergency, and it was at that moment that they put everything they had learned from ZEN to the test. As chaos reigned around them, they used calm and mindfulness to coordinate the relief effort, guiding people with a clarity of mind that only meditation could provide. Kenji joined them on the ground and, with his calming presence, helped local communities find a sense of peace, even in the most desperate circumstances. At that critical moment, Sofia understood that the true power of change did not lie in technology or science alone, but in humanity itself, in the ability to remain calm and connected even in the strongest storms. When the storm subsided and the sky cleared, Sofia looked at the destroyed landscape with a new awareness. It was not just a battle against the elements, but against the disconnect that existed between man and the earth. She recognized that climate change was a reflection of our own internal disharmony, and that only by finding balance within ourselves could we hope to heal the planet. At the next conference, Sofia gave a talk that blended science, Zen philosophy, and the story of the crisis they had just faced. Her words were not just data and predictions, but an invitation to change the way we think, to find a deeper connection with the earth, and to bring Zen wisdom into the heart of our daily actions. As she spoke, Haruto stood up and, for the first time, expressed his public support for Sofia's ideas, declaring that science without spirituality was like a river without banks. If you also believe that science and spirituality should walk together, subscribe to our channel and join the movement. Her words resonated among those present, and a new energy seemed to pass through the room. What had begun as a personal vision of Sofia had transformed into a global movement that now included scientists, monks, ordinary citizens, and world leaders. Sofia left Tokyo with a renewed awareness and a clear mission: to bring Zen wisdom into every global discussion on climate change, not just as a science, but as a philosophy of life. She knew that the journey was long, but that every step taken calmly and consciously could lead to a better world. Remember, every action matters and every step taken consciously can change the world. Stay connected and continue to grow with us.